This video is sponsored by Genie, a mobile puzzle game for iOS and Android. Play against the mysterious genie and try to survive or make a profit out of him. More about it later in the video. Wasteland 3. In Exile Entertainment's post-apocalyptic turn-based RPG is loaded with heavy choices. This is the closest thing to the original Fallout game. Its third entry, improving upon their pure RPG elements, intriguing story, and its great American wasteland to discover. Death's Door. This diorama-like action-adventure pays homage to The Legend of Zelda and Dark Souls. Make your way around this bureaucratic version of the afterlife, packed with a gauntlet of challenges. Death's Door inspirations are clear, but what makes it even better is its strong approach to combat and art style. Apex Legends. One of the strongest battle royales out there, Apex Legends has evolved over the years. This live service game continues to add more content every season, making it the biggest BR game with EA's full support. New characters and lore will keep most players, plus its handful of skins will make the experience better. Outer Wilds. Mobius Digital's passion project born out of a college dream, Outer Wilds is an experience best played blind. It's a science fiction trip into the far reaches of space, and it questions most of life's biggest mysteries. It's oozing with details, notably when it comes to their astrophysics. They just released their first and final DLC, Echoes of the Eye, that adds a breadth of content to its universe. Monster Hunter World. Capcom's best-selling game never runs out of players despite being 5 years old. World and Iceborne now go hand in hand in game bundles, but for many, this was the biggest leap of Monster Hunter to date. It's packed with new monsters and weapons, and a challenging endgame that will get you grinding more than ever. Monster Hunter Rise. When World was breaking records, Rise was their massive follow-up. Rise was originally a Switch exclusive, but the recent PC port effectively caters to the demanding player base. 4K visuals, higher frame rates, and the upscaling of their proprietary RE engine. Deathloop. Arcane's latest first-person shooter after their successful Dishonored series, Deathloop's topsy-turvy gameplay combines Dishonored's stealth system and Prey's science fiction atmosphere. Cole and Juliana's perpetual and twisted rivalry is one for the ages. Total War Warhammer III. The third major installment of the acclaimed strategy series from Creative Assembly, Warhammer III ups the ante of its massive-scale strategy battles. Heck, it could even rival the Total War games with its thousands upon thousands of AI-controlled enemies. Amass an army of your own and fight for glory in this overarching science fiction universe. Into the Breach. Like Warhammer, Into the Breach is another strategy game that deserves the PC's Hall of Fame. Subset Games' science fiction strategy game is fueled by the mecha genre. Protect the planet from invading species using a variety of military-grade weaponry. Plan your moves ahead. One wrong move, and you'd have to go back in time to save the world again. Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire. The follow-up title from Obsidian Entertainment's RPG. In Deadfire, magic and discovery will reign supreme once more. Obsidian dips you into the lore of their isometric RPG as you embark on a new journey around the Deadfire region. Plot your course among the long seas and dry lands with its deep customization and branching narrative story. It Takes Two. An EA original, a cooperative adventure about two characters fixing a broken marriage, It Takes Two is a hotbed of gameplay variety. One moment you're doing platforming challenges with your partner, the next you're playing a top-down RPG. It's this surprising variety that makes this game stand out, ultimately winning Game of the Year. Doom Eternal. id Software's sequel to Doomguy's adventures in Pandemonium, Eternal improves on the first game's fast-paced gameplay, making you even more badass than ever before with new weapons and abilities. A slew of DLC content is available. It adds new content and levels to the already chaotic modes. Resident Evil 2. Capcom's big-budget remake of their acclaimed survival horror title, RE2 Remake not only rebuilds the entire Raccoon City nightmare from the ground up, it also adds new perspective to Leon and Claire's escape from this outbreak. What happens if you rub the magic lamp the wrong way? Genie has the answer for that. Like a deal with the devil, outsmart this eternal creature by matching shapes. Match the bottom tiles to the shapes on top, but be careful because time is running out. The more you match, the more you keep. It won't matter how much gold you got if you lose. The game is continuously shifting and its randomly generated levels will offer plenty of variety, even after countless victories or defeats. Check the game out on the App Store and Google Play Store. Dead Cells. Motion Twin's game paved the way for roguelike hack-and-slash titles. Dead Cells is a never-ending cycle of live, die, and repeat. The only thing keeping you into the loop is the randomly generated weapons and abilities that make the run feel different. Ori and the Will of the Wisps. Moon Studios' gorgeous platformer had us in tears when the first one came out. The sequel not only improves the game's responsive controls, it continues on with the first game's story, now with more mature characters and an imminent danger that threatens their lush forest. Microsoft Flight Simulator. Microsoft's premier flight simulator is a flex for their flagship consoles. On the PC, it's even better with the right parts and the best of the best video cards. It's an impressive recreation of a variety of aeronautical machinery. Not only that, the whole planet is mapped with so much detail. Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice. Elden Ring isn't the only game FromSoft ever made. Sekiro deviated from the usual action RPG of the Souls games. Instead, it's a single-player adventure where stealth is an option and sword parries are essential to the core gameplay. You only have one weapon, so make good use of it. Crusader Kings III. The much-awaited sequel of this strategy game from Paradox Interactive, this is a major improvement from its predecessors, making battles feel fluid and constantly moving. There's a lot of stuff built here for series veterans, but for new players, this is an ideal entry point for those who want to learn about strategy games. Disco Elysium. Winner of our PC Game of the Year, ZAUM's narrative-heavy game is all about dialogue. You're not fighting enemies or fulfilling a quest to save a damsel in distress here. You're the amnesiac drunk who needs to reclaim his identity in a world overrun by eccentric characters. A recent major update gave it a final cut version, adding full voice acting to this stellar story. God of War. It's weird seeing a PlayStation original on this list. This is good news for PC players who've always wanted to play this on their powerful rigs. Sony Santa Monica's God of War is Sony's baby. Follow Kratos and Atreus as they embark on a journey across the realm of Norse mythology. It has everything the original has, only with better frame rates and upscaled visuals. Forza Horizon 5. Microsoft loves their Forza series. Horizon 5 pushes the limit of your machine as you ride past glorious vistas and sunsets in a fantastic recreation of Mexico. Race with other players in its open-world racing, or invite a friend and explore this massive world together while you flex those rims. Hades. Once again, Supergiant's roguelike action-adventure will never disappear from the PC's Hall of Fame. Hades is a major achievement in the indie gaming scene. For a game made with a small team, it produced massive results. This never-ending trip to Hades' underworld is packed with a heartwarming story and satisfying gameplay. Red Dead Redemption 2. Rockstar Games' open-world adventure is a major technical achievement, if you don't mind the crunch. Everything in Red Dead 2 is built with ridiculous detail. Arthur Morgan's journey across the Wild West is packed with mysteries, drama, and moments of reprieve. The world is brimming with activities that make one question, how can a game like this exist? Half-Life Alyx. The winner of our best PC games way back in 2020, Alyx was also a technical achievement in gaming, namely in the genre of virtual reality. Navigate around areas using your VR gear and fend off aliens using iconic Half-Life armaments. It's set within the Half-Life universe. Players control the familiar Alyx as she ventures into this post-apocalyptic world. Elden Ring. Of course, let's not get surprised here. Taking the top spot of the best PC games according to critics is none other than From Software's Elden Ring. Critics loved it, giving it perfect scores. Some say it's a reinvention of the open-world formula. A collaborative effort between Hidetaka Miyazaki and George R. R. Martin, this is open-world Dark Souls. It's rich with fragmented lore, customizable characters, and it offers a selection of fantastic boss fights that make you go, what the f***? Before we forget, be sure to visit our website at whatoplay.com, link in the description box below.